So I went to UNT. I wanted to go to Baylor. So
Wow.
let me kind of frame this
Yes,
a little
go for
bit.
it.
As a kid, in 5th grade, I was a singer on Barney and Friends, the kids show. It was their first pilot season. They came in and auditioned some kids from the elementary school, and I was in the choir. And me and a little girl got it. And for a summer, we sang. We were the voices of the kids, the actors. We were the voices of them singing.
Bro.
No, so that was
I
like
knew you.
I could feel it.
It
yeah.
just felt familiar.
Every time I talked, you would like, I love you, like that. Yeah, so that's me. It just first season, but that kind of started my trajectory in, I guess, showbiz.
Welcome to Audacious Playground. Life is a playground God has given us. It's meant for building, creating, risking, failing, learning, and becoming. Here, we tell the stories of people who are living audaciously, so you feel the permission to play too. Come play with us on this Audacious Playground.
Welcome back to the Audacious Playground, take 2 of episode 7.5. So welcome. Today we've got a new guest, Taylor Vieger.
Hi,
Taylor, I think you're our first guest on the show.
You're officially our first guest.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, excited, legitimately excited for our show today. John Mark is not with us this week.
Sans John.
He is
Mark.
in Boston, visiting the fam, celebrating sister's wedding. So,
Hey, John Mark.
congratulations to Boston. But
The
kick us
band.
off. Introductions. Preston Seibert is here with me. As I've already mentioned, Taylor Vieger and myself, John McGovern. So we're going to get into it. Make sure we have plenty of time to talk to Taylor. Excited to learn more about your story. And also, I know a lot about your story.
Yes.
And I'm just excited about the pieces that I know. So,
Same. Yeah.
looking
Taylor,
forward to it.
how I describe you, John, is like you're a polymath. Like you're generally great at everything. And Taylor is a polymath when it comes to creative, I think. And I think there's a lot of things that we can learn, and all of our creative listeners out there, you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be fun today.
The audacity of God in Taylor's life.
Well, around the horn. Do you want me to kick us off, or you got something queued up? What do you think, Preston? What's new in the wild war?
We're going to do the first ever unboxing.
Love it.
I have to use my keys.
I have a knife.
Of course you do. See the polymath over there.
Yep.
It's like, I carry
Boy
a knife.
Scout, ready
Why?
for anything. Oh, is that an
Why?
old timer?
Look at
It's
this.
an old timer. That's an old
Yes,
timer.
It's
And
an old
Old timer,
Gosh.
not a sponsor.
That's Grandpa Charlie's old timer.
Grandpa Charlie's.
Be careful with that, Preston. Don't cut yourself.
So look, we're gonna have some guesses, but wrong answers only.
That's good knife technique. Cut away.
Guesses, but wrong answers only. Go,
Bad
Taylor.
knife technique. Okay.
It's your original copy of Madeline LaIngle's Walking on Water.
I was gonna say it's my high school diploma.
Oh,
What is
love
it, John? That wrong answers only.
I'm going to say it's a framed portrait of Michael Jackson.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
In honor of his movie coming out.
Yep.
Or is it his movie? I mean,
I doubt it.
or their movie?
Their movie?
Yeah.
Not like-
Who owns that?
The Jackson, the family.
Yeah.
The Jackson family.
estates. We have. It is none of those things, guys.
Michael Jackson, I knew it.
It is Michael Jackson.
Oh, power cord.
Oh, there's a clue.
That's a good clue.
A tail.
Ooh. All right.
Bell wrap.
ASMR.
Ooh, ASMR. Listen. There you go. Okay. It is
Mac Mini. There
a
we go.
Gary.
It's your very own Gary.
So, John, for those who are listening or
Yeah.
don't know what this is, please tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, especially those that don't have a camera. Preston,
Do I need to do this like the
Or-
influencers, like my hand
video going right now. Preston just opened up our newest addition to the team. It is a 2019, I think, Mac Mini.
Good year. Good
So
year.
we will be getting that set up as Gary, our next employee.
Next agentic employee.
Yeah, he'll be running in the music and creative space for us.
Woo!
So super excited about that.
So there's that. That was our first unboxing, brought to you by Old Timer Knives, not a sponsor. Yeah, with that, had a good week. I wrote 3 songs last week.
Nice.
So it felt really good, and I'm really proud of the songs. So we'll see what happens with those. So I'm trying to think anything else. Oh, got an oven.
That's important.
Like a new oven
We
at the
didn't
house.
have an oven for beep 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And I have a family of 7. So if we can have be ovenless for 2.5 months, we can do anything.
That's true.
So yeah,
Did you
You
use
did have
like
an air fryer.
we did have an air fryer.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, baby. It was like a big
Which
one.
just
It was
means
a
you
big one.
cook a quarter of a pizza at a time.
Yeah, we cook 1 slice at a time.
Yeah. Or everyone just eats frozen pizza.
Yeah, literally, not cooked frozen, but just frozen.
Just frozen.
So that's and I am now dealing with a mild case of poison ivy.
Oh,
On your
where?
face.
Some on my lips,
Ew.
some on my neck. I am very allergic to it, and it's bad.
And this is worth just describing. How did that happen, Preston?
Well-
what were you doing when you contracted
Well, I first
poison ivy?
when you contracted this disease, I sent John a video. I said, "Hey, John, could I rent a skid steer and just absolutely demolish, like plow my backyard?" And he's like, "You could, but I would refrain from driving a skid steer uphill or
On
downhill."
such a steep slope.
But I said, "It's not that steep. It's just covered in greenery and mostly poison ivy." And so then I decided to, I know that I am susceptible to poison ivy issues. So I
Like thinking about it could contract it.
I put long sleeves on, pants on, boots on, everything. But for some reason I didn't put eyewear on, which is stupid. And I didn't put gloves on. And
then you stayed away from it.
That
No,
is
wait, you didn't. You literally got a weed eater
I
and
got my weed
shredded
eater,
it into the
and it's
air.
it's like Jurassic Park style. Like you walk through it, it's Jurassic plants of poison ivy. I'm not kidding. Like these babies grew
We
at
were
the
talking
time of
about
the
this
brontosaurus.
morning, and Preston's like, "Oh, I got poison ivy like on my eye and on my face." Like, man, that sucks. Like, gosh, you're just that allergic. He's like, yeah. And then later, as he's telling me what he did, he's like describing that he was weed eating the field.
Like it was going up like the trellis or whatever, like on my deck, like up. And so I take the weeder and I'm going up, and so I'm like, what am I doing? It's just the Urusha oil.
Yeah.
Now, did you just learn this?
No.
That's what the oil was, or have you known your whole
Oh,
life?
I know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, I was going to say, don't bite the hand that feeds you, but I don't,
You shouldn't eat
don't
poison ivy if
don't
someone
weed eat
gives
the
it to
poison ivy that
Annoys you.
hurts you.
Well,
Yeah.
and it should be said that you live in like a jungle.
I mean,
Yeah.
I live in
Ravine,
Woodway.
right?
It
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
be called Ivy Way. You know what I'm saying?
There is a lot of poison ivy in Waco.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my around the horn. That was a little longer than I expected.
But honestly, a good lesson for everybody.
Yeah, if
that
you're
is,
allergic to
don't
poison
eat
ivy,
poison
don't.
ivy.
play with
Yeah.
it.
Or get a hazmat suit.
Yeah, that's my next go-to. So Taylor,
What's new?
this is your first around
Yeah.
the horn. What has happened to you in the past week? Because we're going to hear your story.
We're going to narrow it down to just this week and either personal or something that's happening in the news that has
Yes. This
struck your
excites you in the
fancy.
news.
My son is really into pizza making these days. So we just got a pizza steel,
Yes.
and yeah, we're going after it at home. So
Like
Nice.
single slices, like that could fit in an air
no, like
fryer?
a New York style or Neapolitan style.
Yeah.
And he's like real into, he always checks the undercarriage to make sure that the crust is crusty enough.
Yeah.
Good, strong undercarriage.
Yeah.
Good
So,
job.
yeah, man, it's been fun. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
yep.
Pepperoni. That's it.
That's all I got. I have a lot of things. Yeah, I have a lot of things.
You and I, we hung out Thursday evening.
We did,
It was a
yeah.
good time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 46. Like guy friend time is kind
You
of
do
few
not
and
look
far
a
between.
year.
For those of
You don't
you
look a
that-
year
that-
older than 45.
Really? Thanks, man.
For those of you that can't see, he has the best beard of all time.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, I
Like,
shaved it
full-
last week. It used to be very big,
Yeah. This is-
and my wife hated it, so I had to trim it. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
we
but-
all aspire.
I will say this. I learned that I can grow a fantastic mustache like that curls. And I would suggest to any guys out there that haven't yet, grow your beard out for 90 days and just see what happens.
John, this is a call out to you.
No, we've already talked about that, and I have taken it to heart. I'm like, yep, gonna pick
Let's
the
do it.
time. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but to circle back on our time together, it was great, man. Thanks for making it happen. It's hard for guys to get together, like to carve out time and hang out. And you were like so aggressive about it, and I appreciated that.
I was like, you will come hang out with me now.
Yeah, this is close to your house. You have no excuse.
I literally did. I picked
Yeah.
the closest place.
Awesome. Myself in the last week, seeing a lot of fruit from getting things going on OpenClaw, like our OpenClaw machines. It has taken a lot of work to get that set up. I think, on the social feeds, everybody's got the clickbait posts. I set this up in 2 hours and it changed my life forever. And it's like, yeah, it's going to take more time than that, but it does change things. So I am able to now communicate with Vicky via my phone on all the projects that we
Awesome.
have that are like code related. And I can be programming from my phone, which is insane. I was thinking about this yesterday.
From the gas station.
From the gas
When you're
station.
waiting for 20 minutes.
Yes. Okay. So it took $128 to fill up my truck today with gas, which is like
Oil.
world
Straight
news.
up from news.
Yeah, do that thing. It also has the like extended tow tank is like 30 plus gallons, but the pump was like painfully slow. It took 15 minutes to fill up, but I was on my phone programming, so it might take time. I'm working.
That's a Tesla timeline for filling their car up too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's the biggest I think news of just like seeing the progress in that of like, wow, even when I'm not working, I'm working right now, which is super, super cool. So
Does Vicky have a voice?
no.
Okay.
That still kind of creeps me out if I were to do that. So,
I mean, he would be making his Jarvis copyrighted from Iron Man.
Or Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. My wife and I watched Devil Wears Prada the other night. It was actually great. I've never watched it
You've
before.
never seen it?
No, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, in honor of Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out, we were like, we should watch it. And it was great.
Yeah. I've watched it multiple times. I enjoy that movie. Yep, for sure.
Wow. Anyways.
Talking about Prada.
Speaking of fashion, good looks.
Taylor.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's our transition. We're transition pros here.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was really good. Well crafted.
Might catch you off guard.
We have some direction. But yeah.
Get us kicked off. Where are you from originally?
Yeah.
Are you a Texas
I am.
native?
Okay. I am. I'm from Dallas, Texas, East Dallas, Lake Highlands, near White Rock Lake. And born in 1980. It's a good year.
Yeah.
For me.
So you're from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You are back in Texas.
I am.
There's a lot of travel in the middle. I know this because of your story, but frame that up for us a little bit. What are you doing now?
For sure. So now I'm the Whoa, no, that's funny. Now I'm the marketing director for the Baylor School of Music.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Is academia a place that you've been for a while, or is this a new kind of career spot for you?
Higher ed's new for me. I've been in the advertising world, marketing world for a while, and academia is new. It's interesting. The last year I've been there a year, and I've learned a ton. I felt like it's like a 5-year crash course in a lot of things in just 1 year. So being a change agent, especially, had a few challenges and learned quite a lot. So yeah.
Very cool. There's a couple of things that I'm excited to get to.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is, if I remember right, you moved back to Texas from Hawaii.
I did.
Had some entrepreneurial endeavors in Hawaii. One of the things that we're here to do is to talk about the Audacious Playground and what it looks like chasing the dreams of God in their life. So looking forward to touching on that. But let's go back to Dallas, where you got started, being born.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Where did you go to university?
So I went to UNT. I wanted to go to Baylor. So let me kind of frame this a little bit. As a kid, in fifth grade, I was a singer on Barney and Friends, the kids show. It was their first pilot season. They came in and auditioned some kids from the elementary school, and I was in the choir. And me and a little girl got it. And for a summer, we sang. We were the voices of the kids, the actors. We were the voices of them singing.
Bro,
no, so that was
I knew you. I could feel it.
Yeah.
It just felt familiar.
Every time I talked, you would like, I love you, like that. Yeah, so that's me. It just first season, but that kind of started my trajectory in, I guess, showbiz, you could say. So I was in Texas Boys Choir and started a little local tour with them, and then into vocal majority and bands and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, I wanted to go to Baylor. I wanted to study music and couldn't afford it. I was reminiscing with my dad about this yesterday, how it's crazy that I wanted so badly to come to Baylor in '98, but we couldn't afford it. But here I am many years later on the other side of it. So,
the director of marketing at the School of Music where you wanted to.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Paid to be there.
Hey,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's right.
That is, I think that is, and I know this is the very beginning of the story, but that is the definition of like Audacious Playground, because it's like this little dream and idea that you had in the 90s of like, oh, I wish I could go to school there and go to School of Music. God's like, oh, you're actually gonna run like how it's seen by the world. That's so interesting.
That's so true. I mean, I feel like those kind of moments have really shown themselves a lot just this year, more than any other time. So I went to UNT. That's what my parents could afford. And it was UNT or nothing. I got a scholarship through my dad's company, which was great. And I studied music there, which is
I think
still pretty good music school.
One of the best, top 5 in the U.S.
It's true, yeah. So that was a great pivot, I think, for me. Some of my great friends from high school went to school there, and Ryan Fitzgerald, shout out, who played with Polyphonic Spree for a long time. Yeah, so UNT was good. It was a good little environment to be in. But second year, I changed majors to film, so radio, TV, and film.
That's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, and journalism was my minor, and that's where I really fell in love with, photography, cinematography. My dream was to be this was right about the time when Planet Earth was big, and I think
David Attenborough.
Yes, I wanted to be that cinematographer that's like out in the wild trying to get the snow leopard, photo.
Who lives in the snow for 3 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted that. So
that's awesome.
That's amazing.
So what did you do after graduation?
I went to Los Angeles, and
I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah, and I love the title Audacious Playground, and as we're kind of reflecting on me, I think I've always been pretty audacious, pretty fearless, but I think just in the past few years, I've been audacious in where God wants me to go, and it looks very different, I think. So I went to L.A., was in a rock band, and
what was the name?
We were called the Twin 60s. Yeah,
pretty solid.
Yeah, it was good. Our drummer has a famous dad from Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Which one?
Will Nash, Graham Nash's son. Yeah. And then we had we were kind of like Killer. It was about Killer's era, so we were kind of like Killers mixed with NXS. It was fun. It was like dance rock, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of mid 2000s dance rock.
Dude, we're gonna have to get some of the oldies.
Do you have any?
Yeah.
Do we have any recordings?
No, there's nothing out there, unfortunately. I feel like there's a Razor flip phone somewhere that has a recording.
It has your MP3.
It has my MP3 on it, or video of me singing.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, and all the while I was trying to get into production as well. So I was an extra on HBO's Deadwood, which is their dirty Western. I do not watch that. It is so inappropriate and
Not
gross.
one of Taylor's Rex.
Yeah. But that turned into, okay, by the way, if you've ever been an extra on anything, you need to feel sorry for those people. They are treated poorly. Okay. For $50 a day.
And a donut.
Yeah. You are treated terribly. But it got me a PA position on Deadwood. So it was worth it. Yeah.
That's interesting. I've always been curious of what the like day-to-day looks like for the LA. Like I moved to LA to get on camera grind.
Sure.
Like you kind of hear about it and it's like, oh yeah, you're a barista. You came to California to be a barista. It's like, no, I didn't. I came here to be on the silver screen.
Yeah. I mean unfortunately the like trope is true. I mean, I waited tables. I worked at Crunch Gym. And I also, tried, auditioned for McDonald's commercials. So,
yeah.
And, that's the thing we talk about. One thing I've been focusing on a lot lately in my life is endurance. Like a lot of the people I know in their lives that are hugely successful have the endurance to stick with something for a long, long period of time. But I think I'm realizing now how much I'm wired to change direction every 18 months, or at least passion or focus or something like that. But I did have a friend that was very successful out there that said, if you stay in LA long enough and go at it hard enough, you'll make it.
Yep.
So
I think that rings truer and truer.
Yes.
The older that I get, and the more I stick with things and see people that stick with it. Because like on the outset, it feels like there's like a magic wand or something that selects one person or another. It's like, well, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But as you really stick in there and you watch, it's like, oh, there's a time component of this that is real. Like, yep, when you're there, when you're putting in the time, there's just all of the little things start compounding, which makes a really big impact.
I think too, have you heard the Pareto ratio? That there's like, it's the 80-20 percentage, but that there's 20% people that are the best at that thing. And you just have to find whatever that thing is, I've really kind of not struggling, but I love sort of thinking about that now. Like, we talk about fruits of the Spirit and gifts from the Lord. Do you do the thing that you love, or do you do the thing that you're really good at? And are they mutually exclusive?
And that's our podcast.
And what did you do?
So
you're in LA. And then
okay, so I'm in LA. Yeah, I'm in LA.
A couple of things for sure I want to cover. You have a beautiful family.
I do. Thank you so much.
When and where did you meet your wife? And how did that get you guys to Hawaii?
Okay.
Man, wait.
I love how you said that.
So LA, and then what's the next step after that? Did you meet Allison?
Yeah.
I don't know why I quoted. That's her name.
Her name is Allison. Yeah. Hi, Allison. Love you. So Allison and I went to high school together, believe it or not. And we were in this amazing, hilarious group called Peer Helpers, who would go to junior highs and elementary schools and do this skit about say no to drugs.
Yeah. It's a good thing to say no to, kids and adults.
And adults say no to drugs.
Very 90s of you.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. And she played the girlfriend who got addicted to drugs, and I played the boyfriend who was like, no, don't. And there's a video out there where, once she does drugs, this black like shroud gets covered on her, and I come out and with her parents, and we're just like heartbroken. And then the song, is it Gloria Estefan? Coming out of the dark. And she like lifts the shroud up.
Yeah. And that was the moment you knew.
Yeah. And I was like,
this is my wife.
Yeah. I love her.
But we never dated.
one year in college, I came home for Christmas, and through kind of a connection through other people, we got together, and she was a cheerleader in high school, but then she went into art school at OU, and she came back and she had red lipstick and was like these black cat eye frames, and I was like, whoa, I love you.
Yeah.
So that really started it
That
all.
was
So,
it.
Yeah.
Cheerleader to artist.
That's
I love
exactly.
it. Okay, so did
Yeah.
she go to LA with you then?
She did not. We broke up.
Okay.
I know.
Hey, we all have that story.
It's a
Yeah.
dark side story.
Yep.
We broke up. I went out there. She went to New York. And one night I had a dream that we were coming back for our high school reunion, and she was there with another guy and had a little blonde baby girl that was hers and this guy's daughter. And I woke up just like in tears, and I called her like that moment, and I was like, I'm going to get you back. And she's like, no, you're not. It's too late. Sorry.
Dude,
but I
that's
got
awesome.
her back. I got her back. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Dude,
she
dreams,
moved,
man.
I know.
Very powerful.
She moved out to LA, had her own cool place, and worked out there as a designer, and for a couple of years, and then she brought me back to Dallas.
Okay.
So
very cool. So yeah, how did you get to Hawaii? And let's talk about that for a little bit.
Sure. So I started working for her dad's company, big commercial construction company. Fantastic man, and her parents are just the most generous people with this incredible business acumen. And I worked with them. I did HR for his company for about 6 years. Learned about people systems and building culture and that kind of thing. Realized that marketing was helping grow teams and making a kind of an impact on winning jobs. So I started a little content marketing company. Around that time, we went through a lot of challenges. We lost a baby, had lots of miscarriages, and we were kind of in this sort of space where we were like, are we living our lives based on our parameters for success, or are we living them based on someone else's view? And we're both like traveling people and pretty audacious. And we were like, let's go somewhere. So we looked at Bentonville, Arkansas, Nashville, Colorado, California. And a place that was really special to us was Kauai, Hawaii. And we were like, could we move there? And it was crazy because we were like, Lord, if you want this to happen, swing the door wide open. And that's exactly what he did. The barrier for entry to Hawaii is so high. But when God wants you there, you'll be there. So
that's cool.
The kids got into school. Allison got a job that same week. She found a house for us to live in, and we landed like into the most beautiful Jesus loving community that we could ever imagine. We're still great friends with all of them.
That's awesome. What did you do for work while you were there?
So up until that point, I was a commercial director. So I worked for a production company. I was the tabletop and food director and writer for Name Tag Films, and shot all kinds of photography and commercials. So I was in the sort of food marketing space, and we had dreamed of owning a restaurant. So I'd just taken Aaron Franklin's masterclass and basically stole his. I paid
Franklin Barbecue.
From Franklin Barbecue. I paid for it, Aaron. So, but we used his methodology and opened Rainbow Smoke Barbecue, which is a barbecue restaurant on Kauai. So it was Texas barbecue stoked on Kauai. All Kauai ingredients, but Central Texas methodology.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we got tapped into an odd little VC group out there. Huge dreams. This little group of people that are kind of Silicon Valley transplants, and they were kind of changing the food scene there. Kauai and Hawaii in general are really interesting because there's all these old laws that are still on the books, maritime laws.
Wow.
So shipping food there is just insane. They actually make more money raising cattle on Kauai than shipping them back to the mainland and then buying the meat that they had shipped over. So what we were trying to do is create this sort of vertical where we had a barbecue restaurant, but also a ranching co-op. And we were trying to tropically finish the cattle. There's a lot of possibility for food sovereignty on Kauai. In fact, I'll just go on one tangent here. There's a bookstore on the south side called Talk Story, and we found an old University of Hawaii almanac from 1930, and I went into cattle science or whatever, and it said there's this new thing called grass feeding your cattle.
What?
And then they had mentioned tropically feeding the cattle, because on Kauai, and I'm sure at other islands, ulu, mango, coconut, avocado, they grow so much that it just falls on the ground and rots. And if you have any trees on your land, you can't give it away. But cows love it. And we were inspired by this a goose farmer who was affecting his pate flavors with food.
I love how niche this is.
You'll find, you talk about polymath. I don't think I'm smart enough to be a polymath, but I do. Allie says that I have too many micro hobbies, so I'm a micro hobbyist.
Getting back to Kauai and finishing that out.
I love it.
Needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah,
dude. I want some pineapple flavors.
I know. Mango finished beef.
Yeah, mango finished beef.
So we opened our restaurant and ranching brand. It was called Herd Song, and COVID came right in our first 3 months of operation, and we were set. I built it. I tried to build it as a franchise prototype. So I felt like we were pretty locked in, and then, my wife and I joked that we built a food concept on a deserted island in the middle of a global pandemic. Is there any worse timing than that? So what happened there was no food delivery on the island, no Postmates or Uber Eats or anything, DoorDash. So the workaround was that food delivery could still function during COVID. So we were delivering full meals, so like full briskets with sides and everything. And then we started delivering other restaurants' food. So, man, John, it was like constant iteration, like weekly, daily iteration.
So you became the Kauai Eats.
That's right. Yes, that's exactly right. Kauai Eats. I know. So
how did you set that up? Is it just like a phone number? Because it's a fairly small community.
It is, yeah.
They just called?
We did, it was all through Squarespace, which at the time was, very user-friendly, but not, online order friendly. But yeah, Squarespace is the way we did it with Square. And then, a sort of old school ticketing system and
getting people the food.
It's it, man. Yeah.
Let's resurrect it.
I would people ask me that all the time. Yeah. People ask if we should
Gary,
bring Hawaii.
We need you to really kick into overtime here. Yeah. Okay. Cause we're buying a ranch in Hawaii.
Hey, it's me.
For mango finish.
If you could get Gary to stay up all night stoking a barbecue fire. Bro.
Well, robots will do that eventually.
Yeah. Hope so. Yeah.
Barbecue robots.
Barbecue robots.
That's a good band name.
That is.
Barbecue robots. Yep, that could work.
Okay, so
I like where we've been so far. In this
conversation.
I do too.
When
you're great.
Thanks, man.
These are all things like this isn't even parts of the story that I know yet.
I love this. I know, and I know we've been friends for years. Which, well, I'm gonna interject real quick. I'm thankful. Oh,
we lost John.
Where'd your camera go? Oh, well, we lost John. You want to try to log back in, John?
We'll try.
But you know what? Okay. I'm going to tell a story and see what happens.
Okay.
And when I just said, like, we were friends, or we've been friends for a few years now, but we were at a church event and I saw you from afar. And And I turned to one of my friends. I go, "Who's that guy? He looks like he's from California." And you weren't, but you're from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then I met you through Craig Crenshaw at For Keeps one day, and we've been friends ever since. But it's just fun because I was like, I noticed you under the fig tree, kind of like in John.
Yeah.
He noticed Nathan. But I'm really thankful. I saw something. I saw the glow of Christ.
Oh, thanks, man.
But I was like, I want to know who that guy is. I'm glad we've been friends. That's like almost, I guess, over 2 years, 3 years.
Almost 4 years.
And we're back. There's John.
Hey, John.
But okay, and this could be jumping ahead, and I don't know where this fits in the story, but we talk a lot about AI and agentic stuff and what we're doing. And one thing that when we first met that I was so captivated by is your art, like your visual art. And so when did you start visual art, and then how did that morph into kind of the AI art, and when did that all start?
So I've been a photographer for 15 years, and a cinematographer. In 2019, one of the guys that was a mentor of mine in Kauai, Rob, who has Rainbow Road ice cream and Holy Grail donuts, he was like, "There's this new thing coming out called ChatGPT 2019. Do you you have to request access? Like, do you want to play with it?" I was like, "Heck yeah!" So we were asking it to write Rick and Morty scripts for us. So that was like sort of the only play around time I had with that. Fast forward to 2022, I found Midjourney.
Yeah, so this is right when we met.
Yeah, right when we met. Yep. And it was like the craziest convergence because I know how to speak camera language, and the prompt interface was such a natural way for me to explain things.
Yes.
And I'm a writer, so I could write about things and get really crazy results. And it was the first time in my life artistically that I was like, oh man, I'm able to create at volume and create at speed. Now I know a lot of that has to do with AI as a tool. There's a slot machine kind of functionality built into it all, but you have to be passionate about it and have the language to speak it. Like even back then, human in the loop was such an important aspect of using generative tools. I think it still is now. And that who that human is really important. So I basically was like, I'm going to start a career as an AI photographer, AI fine art photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was trying to say is I would create these portraits of these characters that were very photorealistic, and I would write a full backstory for them. And the full expression was you as a fine art collector would buy a one of one, and then you would get the piece printed, but also you would get access to the character. And weekly, I would send you letters. The character would send you letters, and you could write back to it. So it kind of had this feel of a real character that I dreamed up. So
like pre-agentic NFT.
That's exactly right. Yes. Yeah.
And I love your art,
Gary.
So
Truly.
Gary.
What is happening right now while we're talking, we're showing different pieces of art on our YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be seeing it right now.
Oh, thanks. Check out that one.
Look on the screen. But we need to get some of those.
I would love to,
so that we can show them on.
I've my most recent obsession on Midjourney and fun rabbit hole is to create photography that couldn't technically exist. So quantum photography, or what are some scientific things that you could not, you know what I mean? You could not actually.
Meaning like kind of like how people describe coffee. It's like, ooh, yeah, that's got a real B flat taste to it. It's I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great
taste.
Yeah. What is that called? What is
well, it's like synesthesia.
Synesthesia, yeah.
Or like photographing umami, what umami is. Not your mommy, but umami.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is a nerdy caveat to what you're saying, but I think it actually ties in a decent way because technology, digital space. So as we were creating software in like the music space, we would come to things like we're creating stuff that doesn't exist. And as you're doing that, the framework that you put around it matters a lot because technically you could make anything. It's like you could make an 8-dimensional cube or something, right? It's like, well, nobody's seen an 8-dimensional anything. Like, but people have to experience it. So you have to like transmute it into something that's known. So like when we were creating groups, well, it's not actually a group. It's kind of like more amorphous than that. But it's like, yeah, but people know what a group is.
Yeah.
Or like people know what the door is, like to get in or out of something. So like as you're talking about like photography that just can't technically exist. Yeah, what does that mean?
That's cool.
That is true. That's a great point because my current art is like hyper shapes. Do you know what I mean? Or hyper objects. What's the scientific sort of concept where something is moving in sort of a quantum way, and then once you measure it, then it sort of is defined, right?
Yeah, I think it's basis of quantum mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so like taking a photograph of something couldn't technically be done. Do you know what I'm saying? But maybe maybe a generative tool can help visualize what that looks like. Do you know what I mean? You can even pull out so far as like macro photography, like like universe photography. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
That's cool.
I like using those tools to help.
We just need to do a whole podcast on AI photography, and I could listen to this and talk about this all day.
I know,
Just
seriously.
everything that is. I love it.
But you're right though, John. Like it also a lot of my work is very simple shapes because there still needs to be a language that someone can clearly identify.
Yes.
You know,
you have to take things that are unrecognizable and convey them in recognized basis.
That's right. Yeah.
An assignment for you that I would like to see.
Yes, come
is
on.
A picture of time travel.
Okay.
Not like a just different time, but like, what is it? What is the leap through the time spectrum?
I love it. Is there a movie or something that you've seen that you feel like is an accurate depiction?
You heard of Star Wars?
I was going to say Spaceballs.
Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen.
Galaxy Quest.
He's gone plaid. No, okay. Connection between the two.
Yeah.
Spaceballs. He's gone plaid, and then Interstellar.
Oh yes.
Like when the illustration is like everything goes into like stripes and bars. It's like this has to be a throwback.
A reference.
This
I bet
has
it
to be a
is.
reference.
I didn't even put that together.
He's literally gone plaid.
Oh, that's good.
And I know we're going into the art stuff, but one of the things that I love talking with you the most about is, and you kind of started working on this, but the idea of monolith art.
Yeah.
Did you ever dive into that or do things about that?
Yeah, that was kind of the shape that brought about
shape.
this kind of focus on shape. That I love Denis Villeneuve, the guy that did Dune and Blade Runner. He has this crazy ability to show scale. So there'll be like a conversation, and then you'll pull back to this wide shot, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is gorgeous," and you're like, "Oh, that's who we were just seeing."
Yeah.
You know, and monolithic stones and buildings and that kind of thing have this ancient kind of scale to them that I think we have lost in our culture, besides like skyscrapers and that kind of thing. But there's something I got for a while really into the Bema podcast, and we talked about the Old Testament and kind of reframing as you read the Bible as a first century person from that time, and a monolithic structure would just speak so much to your daily life and faith, So
and we've had that conversation of what is there and I'm using the word monolith. Kind of, it's two things. It's not necessarily its definition, because technically a monolithic art are massive structures, but what are the things, the timeless items, the timeless pieces of art that transcend time and understanding. Because like when you look at the Colosseum or the Great Wall of China, like those are monoliths that are the Great Wall. You can see it from space, and it's like people have looked on these wonders, these Stonehenge, all these things with wonder for thousands of years. I think when we talked about it, is that happening today? And if so, how's it happening? Like, is it happening? I think if I put language to it, I think AI is probably in that realm of this is something that has transcended our understanding and what has been thought of. Like, could there be artificial intelligence? And it's been immortalized in movies for decades and decades, and in pop culture and all that stuff. And now it's like we're seeing that now. But is there monolithic art happening today? And if not, how can it be resurrected? And that's a whole other conversation.
Well, just to piggyback on that, a really, really cool episode of Radio Lab was about time and how humans have such a hard time of understanding big swaths of time. And the one illustration he gives is there was some university, like old school university in Europe, and the middle of the building had a giant beam that was rotting after hundreds of years. And they're like, well, we can't fix it. The geometry and the architecture is held up by that thing and it will fall. And they went into arborist files and found that there were 2 trees planted the same year that the building was finished in order to plan for those middle beams to be replaced. And I was like, man, we think and humans think in time, in like minutes and hours and days, especially now in such instant life. So the other thing, there are artists that are doing that. Like there's like 1,000,000-year clock, 10,000-year clock I think it's in the Arizona desert maybe, or so people are kind of focused on maybe exploring those ideas. The other thing is there's an artist that has a handsome Squidward statue. Have you seen this?
No.
Handsome Squidward statue throwing a discus, and he sunk it in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
To just confuse like people thousands of years from
forever. I think that this conversation though touches on legacy.
Yes.
Right.
Totally. Totally.
What are we doing that's more than just for right now? And especially in the last 5 years for me, that's been a huge shift in focus. And then also touching in on endurance. Like, especially in our generation, things are qualified as good or bad based on momentary pain and comfort. Those are the primary filters, right? Like, you move somewhere new, it's uncomfortable, and the like proclamation is that it was bad. Like, okay, but that's not the legacy that has come from that. And usually it takes time to like step away and see like, oh, there were seeds planted when we were there. There's things that happened, and so just looking at every interaction at a macro view, like stepping back and saying, where is this in a 10-year arc? What is this in a 10-year arc? And it, I think, changes our perception of pain for sure. Because it's like, oh, I'm getting somewhere important. I'll forget the pain tomorrow. But when it's not like that, it's like, get this done. Like you want to close out that chapter as quickly as possible. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is you're working on kind of the next chapter and things that you see. Some of that is specific here to Waco and benefits Waco.
Yeah.
But also starts tying a lot of the things together that kind of God's done in your life so far. You want to read us in?
Okay, so
on some of
the
that?
Hawaii chapter closed. Y'all moved back to Dallas for a little bit.
Yeah.
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 And I worked at the Richards Group, part of their production team and content strategy team. Big brands. That was fantastic. But I was commuting 6 days a week, and for about 18 months. And my wife. So,
and to be specific, you were commuting from Waco
to Dallas,
which is an hour and a half.
That's right. Yeah, each way. So, my kids were used to me not being home at dinner and sometimes not, putting them to bed at night. And my wife was like, this isn't working anymore. And just, God opened a door like that. I applied for the Baylor position. I just found it one night and it just fired on all cylinders and I got hired.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was fantastic. So I've essentially, I'm the director of marketing at the School of Music, but like I said, higher ed is a new adventure for me. What I see that as a huge possibility, a huge benefit for Baylor is that the School of Music has so many performances.
Yeah.
And we could treat it like a performing arts organization. There's a lot of revenue opportunity. There's a lot of student outcome opportunity there that I think that just needs the right infrastructure. And this is a really important story. I've been a songwriter for a long time. When we first moved here, I wrote about 14 praise and worship songs, just totally downloaded from the Lord. And I was like, where do you want these to go, Lord? And I tried to give them to churches, and praise and worship groups didn't want them, or they're like, that's not really right for us. And I kind of just let it die away. And but it was always like a heartache for me. So last year, Forrest Frank came to Waco and kind of opened up people's eyes to the possibility that, oh yeah, Waco is a music town. Subsequently, he came to Antioch, and we my wife and kids and I were watching him being interviewed, and he was like, God just gave me these songs. I downloaded these songs, and he breathed on them. And I was like, no, dude, it's not that easy. It didn't happen for me. And I got like so angry and emotional. And I remember seeing Preston as I was leaving, and you like gave me a hug and you were like, it's okay. But that day,
I understand.
yeah. That day I started the 30-day journaling at Antioch, or was it 40-day?
30-day journal.
30-day. Shout out. And man, that was so critical for me, because I heard from the Lord clearly, Forrest's story is not your story. You might not be on stage like Forrest, but you can help other artists be seen. And it started this kind of identity work with me, kind of very self-reflective. I went through a really intense mental breakdown, and it's called depersonalization. If you don't know what that is, check it out. But you're basically, in a very physical sense, you're watching yourself as a third person, right? So, or even the other way. So in a very like tangible way, God was like, let's focus on you. Let's turn around and see, let's see, who you are, who I see you as. And it started this interest in like metacognition, like, why do I feel the way that I do? Why do I respond the way that I do? And man, it's been transformational. It's the closest to the Lord I've ever been. So in that moment, he was like, you can lead the CAP. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is. So I started researching, and the CAP is the Waco Culture, Arts, and Performance Center, which is just a dream, just an idea, that it will be part of the big Brazos River building project development. And y'all, I feel so strongly about this, and I'm so passionate about this. Waco can be a music-centered town again. We've got this history from the word publishing, and that could be the infrastructure that brings people in to see shows, has a pipeline for talent through Baylor School of Music and local local praise and worship groups, gospel choirs. And then we create content the entire time. So my whole dream with that is to create a system that's basically an IP engine that's building a catalog for the city and for all the partners, because I want all the musicians to get paid too. So, yeah.
And so where's it at? Where's it at now? And what are, yeah.
So I don't know a lot of the details. I've gotten connected with a few people that are getting more information. I'll find out more info this week, actually. But the land has been purchased by the city. That's been approved. The site. I think the plans are kind of loosely approved. There's some funding from the city, but it's really just a matter of funding. I think we just need the right partners that can see how beneficial something like that could be for everyone here, and just have the ability to gift it out. So yeah.
I think there's something to that in the Waco being a music town again.
Yeah.
And also even in the, like, kind of explain some of the difficulty that comes in pursuing that. Because I know, Preston, you and I have had a lot of conversations about that and have made moves in that direction and see that same thing. And like seeing also not like human opposition, but just the difficulty in opposition and seeing that happen. I think that's even more confirmation of like, yeah, it's something that God's doing. And I'm really excited to see how that manifests. And as you were talking about that, I was thinking about what we're building on the app side with Gary and with Equilibria, because it's a catalog builder. It's that home base that as all of that is being produced and recorded and created, it doesn't go nowhere. It's all cataloged and becomes assets to everybody that touches it, which, especially in the music industry, just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's
especially for
clunky.
the performers.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do a gig for, I don't know, $200 or something, and that's the end of it. But when it's recorded and it gets distributed, that starts paying royalties for years and years and years that stacks. So
yeah,
it's cool.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not to deviate so much, but I think that is the big shift that's happening right now in the music industry. Sorry, everything's always going to come to the music industry. Is ownership is key now. How in the past it's been, if I can get signed by so and so and have the ability to put out music, then I just get my name out, and that still happens, and it happens on a large scale. But ownership and asset management ownership is the key turner for artists in music industry today.
And that process and what that actually means has been really opaque historically.
Yeah. And
to
not artist friendly.
Yeah. So seeing that shifting, I think, is one of the markers along the path to know. It's like, ooh,
well,
the wind is shifting.
And Waco has a personality. Like A24 has created a personality in what they create. Santa Fe Opera, like that's a something, an experience in and of itself, and something that comes out of Santa Fe Opera. Oh, that's Santa Fe Opera. Something comes out of A24, that's got the mark of A24. And I think Waco is primed for something like that. It's not Dallas. It's not Austin. It's not Nashville. That's from Waco, and I think Waco Cultural Arts and Performance Center could help define that creative mark. And who knows, man, maybe it's also the agentic Silicon Valley as well,
Yeah. I think there's a few of those things that are really taking root and have taken root. I'm excited to see, even now, just through the end of the year, what takes place and starts springing up, breaking through the surface. So
as we land the plane, I want to ask, what are some of Taylor's recommendations, whether it's podcasts or books? Like, what's something that's really floating your fancy right now?
Okay. And there's a few things.
What do you like listening to right now? Music-wise, podcasts, and then books or anything like that. Or TV shows, anything.
Yeah, I just read a book called Orbiting the Hairball. You got to check that one out. It's a guy who was like a crazy creative at Hallmark.
Pretty generic name, so we'll probably need the author to actually find it.
Yeah, sorry, I'll get that.
Orbiting the Hairball.
Orbiting the Hairball.
Sure.
It's basically like corporate systems become hairballs. So as new systems are created, it just gets jumbled and jumbled and jumbled. So be the person that can like exist near it, but not get sucked into it. So from a creative standpoint, yeah. I know. Let's see. I'm a huge grunge fan. So I've been listening to a lot of 90s grunge.
Yes.
But what I want to see, what I want to hear, and I hope I'm not revealing too much, is I want to hear gospel covers of 90s grunge.
Like, so what song is that from Pearl Jam?
I don't know. It sounded like Even Flow. I
Yeah, I
think
think
that's okay. Cool. Yeah,
I'm a little post grunge.
that's okay. Yeah, that's right.
Wait,
I
so
forgive
like
you.
CCM, like or like black
Like
gospel,
gospel, like gospel, Soundgarden. Yeah,
Go back to the garden.
yeah, that's right.
I love it.
Yeah. Let's see shows. I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so I've been watching Monarch, the Godzilla series on Apple.
That's awesome.
I have a new obsession. It's are you ready for this? 1983 to 1989, Gen 1 Mitsubishi Monteros, also known as Pajeros or Shoguns. Have you seen these?
Yeah.
So
we
they
talked about Suzuki's the other night.
Yeah, Suzuki Sidekicks. But my new obsession is the Pajero Montero. So it was basically Mitsubishi's version of the Land Rover before the Discovery came out. It was like, dude, 2.6 liter inline four, four-wheel
Takes you
drive.
all of 45 miles an hour, but who
That's
needs
it.
to go faster?
It's a tractor. It's like a lawnmower.
Yeah.
But man, those engines run forever.
Riding lawnmower.
Okay.
We just hit a whoosh. We're going here,
And then
baby.
we're going to land the plane. But first, we got to talk about
Okay.
crazy, stupid cars.
Okay, please. Yeah.
The car that I learned how to drive a manual on was a Suzuki Samurai.
Nice. A Suzuki Trooper, 91 Trooper.
Yes. So my dad was at an equipment auction for like skid steers and lumber trucks and all that kind of stuff, right? And this Suzuki comes across and nobody's bidding on it.
Yeah.
And so I think he got it for like $1,200.
Come on.
And it was in great shape, and like great shape for $1,200 just means it needs to run, right?
That's right. Yeah.
But that was our like farm vehicle. And so it was a manual, and my dad was like, my kids need to learn how to drive a manual. So that's what it's going to be. So that was at our lake house. And every time we would go down to the lake, we would go down and we just got like free reign to drive the Samurai.
Amazing.
And it was a staple of our, like I would have been in 6th grade, 7th grade when I learned how to drive it. So that all the way through high school, like the Samurai was everything. Put in new speakers in it and like we're tricking it out, and yeah, they have a cult following.
They do. We should get sidekicks.
I'm in need of a car.
Yeah.
How many seats is it? Is it just two-door?
It's a two-door four-seater. The Pajero, the Montero is two-door. Actually, sidekicks are two-doors, four-seaters too. Short wheelbase.
I'm pretty sure my cousin had one. I don't know if it was that year range, but it was a Mitsubishi, and it was a two-door. I just remember it had a like artificial horizon on the dash.
That's right. Well, it wasn't artificial. It was actually a usable trachometer.
Yeah, like to give you your tilt.
Exactly.
Right? Of like if you're getting high centered.
Yeah.
I just remember that thing.
Some of them are still intact too.
Oh,
so you like they would train you. You would have to blind yourself and only watch the instruments.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
To drive the Samurai.
Yeah. Instrument rated.
Speaking of landing the plane.
Yeah.
With the instruments.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Brought it full circle.
You're a legend.
Oh, thank you so much. Y'all are legends.
And
love y'all.
Can
I come back?
Absolutely.
We'd like to have you back often.
Need to follow up about the cap and all the things that are happening professionally. How can people get a hold of you if they wanted to follow up with this?
You can find me on Instagram, Taylor Vieger, TaylorVieger. And you can find me at the Baylor School of Music in Roxy Grove. Come say hi.
Love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And that's it for another episode of the Audacious Playground.
Mahalo.
Howdy, bye. Aloha.